there it is. That's what we like. That when the second your ass hits the couch and you just really settle in. Man, that's like the peak of human existence, is it not? Hello everybody. Welcome back for another edition of more games. You're not going to believe this. I got more games, which is totally unheard of. It's like I never do that. Sipping some coffee today. Loving it. What kind of coffee? It's Nescafe Gold with some bit of sugar. Got some what is it? Coffee made in there. I don't know why I told you that. That's not the purpose of this video. You might be noticing this really cool t-shirt that I wear a lot from Hardcore Chocolate. Just want to give them a plug. Not a sponsored video or anything, but if you want to see some really cool t-shirt designs, go check out Hardcore Chocolate online. Even though I don't think they do international shipping. That's neither here nor there. Well, I'm talking about a whole lot of stuff that doesn't have anything to do with video games. Anyway, today's edition of More Games, I picked up quite a few PC Engine games recently. As I'm, picking games up, they're coming and going, I'm buying them, I'm shipping them, all that kind of stuff. I get requests for PC Engine games quite a lot because it's very popular amongst import collectors. So lots of stuff comes in to the apartment, and games that I've had in the past and played and really enjoyed, and then I let them go, and now I have them in my possession again. And as I pick them up and play them, I'm just really it's all coming back to me why I really loved collecting for the PC Engine so much in the first place. So this is just half a dozen of the PC Engine games I picked up recently. And we're going to take a quick look at all of them, starting with this one, a classic. This one's also available on the TurboGrafx 16, but it is Bomberman, the original by Hudson Soft. This game is still awesome, even though you could say compared to later Bomberman games on the PC Engine, Bomberman 93 and Bomberman 94, this one is a little more... I'm not going to say bare bones, but they made improvements with the sequels. This one, though, is great for picking up because, you can pick it up for $5 to $10. It's very reasonable, very common game on the PC Engine, and it's still a very fun Bomberman game. You got your single-player mode, obviously, where you can play through a variety of different worlds, different puzzles and things. Kill all the enemies, find the exit. Get out of there, kill a boss monster, and then move on. So it's got a fun single-player mode, tons and tons of different areas to play through, plenty of fun to be had. And then it has 2 to 5 player multiplayer, and anyone will tell you that the real fun of Bomberman is to be had in the multiplayer, and that's something that's also available here. So it's got everything going for it. It's Bomberman, so automatically it's really fun. It has a fun, simple single-player mode. Has great multiplayer mode. You could even link it up, if you had those, what are those things? Those PC Engine, the handheld, whatever the hell it was called, the TurboGrafx handheld thing. You can link those up and play those too with this. It's compatible with that. So there's all kinds of great stuff going on here. And again, the price is right at $5 to $10 for a copy of this. So Bomberman, the original on the PC Engine, still a classic. Still can't go wrong with it. Another game that's fairly inexpensive. This one produced by Namco. Kind of an odd title though. This was a Japan exclusive. It is called Wonder Momo. And what Wonder Momo is, how to describe this? So the character of Wonder Momo, she's like a Japanese idol type character. So the setting of the game is you're on a stage performing in front of all of her adoring fans. And you go left and right and you punch and, well, you don't even punch, you kick. All she does is kick. You kick monsters in the face as they come onto the screen until eventually you get to transform into Wonder Momo. And you got kind of an energy hoop that you can throw at bad guys and kill them. You can also use it as sort of like a shield if you stay standing still, and then you can do jumping split kicks and hit 2 enemies at once. You got to be careful when you're doing that though, because as she is an idol and as she is performing in front of an audience, a weird creeper with a camera will try to sneak some upskirt shots, and which will stun you. with embarrassment, because Wonder Momo is so embarrassed that a literal pervert in this game is trying to get pictures of her undercarriage. So that's not so great for her, but it's very simple, pretty fun game, pretty affordable as well. It's very short as well. Like once you have like the gameplay down and all the enemy patterns and everything, you can beat this game in like 20 minutes. So it's fairly easy, it's fairly short, but it's kind of cute, kind of charming. I don't know, an oddball title, I will say that, but if you're looking for something to add to your PC Engine collection, something that was exclusive to Japan, it's a little unusual, but it's also fairly affordable, fun, and it's not going to take you all day to beat it. This game will do the trick. Yeah, Wonder Momo, PC Engine, pretty cool stuff. Next up, also by Namco, and this is part of a whole series of games. Actually, my good buddy Jimmy Hoppa loves this series, and he's done like, I think, full-on like retrospectives of it, so you can go and check that out. But this is Valkyrie No Densetsu. And what this is, I think the original Valkyrie game is kind of an action RPG, I suppose. This was a follow-up that was created for arcades. So this was originally an arcade title and got ported over to the PC Engine, and what it is a top-down sort of action, some like mild platforming elements, almost like isometric view in a way. But essentially, it's just a top-down action game where you run around and you kill monsters with energy blasts. And as you kill monsters, you can collect power-ups and you can collect money. And then you can go into stores and buy more power-ups to increase your health or your attack energy, or give you special attacks like little super bomb things. All kinds of stuff you can do in here. So this is one where the gameplay is really simple. And it's really fun. It's fairly challenging. It's not like pull your hair out challenging. It's a beatable game, but it'll take you a little while to get accustomed to some of the platforming and everything. Again, it is kind of like isometric view, which is not exactly like the ideal viewpoint for platforming, but still fun, not too terribly frustrating. And the meat of the game is just walking around killing tons and tons of monsters. With like energy weapons and stuff, so that's pretty cool. And on top of that, the graphics are very nice. They're very colorful. Really like the character designs, and the soundtrack is really good too. This is one that is kind of going up in price as of late, but I think you can still pick it up in the neighborhood of like, I don't know, 30 bucks, under 30 bucks maybe, especially if you're picking it up. I guess it depends on where you're buying it from. But this is not like an exclusively expensive game or anything. I would say it's in the lower tier price-wise for PC Engine, and it's worth it, by the way. Great gameplay, great graphics, great sound, and just an all-around fantastic pickup for the price. So yeah, that is Valkyrie No Densetsu, Legend of the Valkyrie for the PC Engine by Namco. Great game indeed. We need a bit of a boost here. Hang on a second. All right, moving right along. One of my favorite games of all time, ported over to the PC Engine, and ported very well. And I will say, I had done an import game of the day on this. It is Street Fighter 2 Dash Champion Edition for the PC Engine. I had said when I did import game of the day on this that it was developed by Capcom. I was mistaken. Now here, actually examining the case a little closer, it is copyrighted by Capcom, but it says licensed to NEC Home Electronics. So I guess that the port was actually done by NEC Home Electronics. It was not done by Capcom, which surprised me because this is a really great port of Street Fighter 2. I would have assumed Capcom would have did it themselves, but no, they did not. But this is a great port of Street Fighter 2. Similarly to the Mega Drive version, you know, if you're going to play this on the Mega Drive or Genesis, you want that 6-button controller. It really makes all the difference. Same thing here. If you're going to be playing Street Fighter 2 on the PC Engine, there's the Avenue 6 gamepad. That's definitely preferable because the standard 2-button PC Engine controller, I think your light attack is the start button or the run button, and then your the other 2 buttons are your medium and heavy attack, and you have to press the select button to switch between punches and kicks. Obviously, that's not ideal. So do yourself a favor, if you're going to play this game, have an Avenue 6 pad or some kind of equivalent, and you'll be having a lot more fun with it. But yeah, the gameplay is very solid, good old-fashioned Street Fighter 2. Graphics are very nice, and the soundtrack is very nice too. This is, I believe, the biggest game on HuCard. The HuCard itself is actually made to look bigger, I guess just to show that there's more data inside or something, but I believe this is the most information packed into a HuCard, and it shows because the graphics are very nice. You look at this and it's kind of comparable to the Mega Drive and the Super Nintendo, both consoles which were considerably more powerful than the PC Engine. So what they did with this game is really impressive. So great graphics, really great sound. The PC Engine sound chip, these HuCard games, some games have really great soundtracks, some have really crappy soundtracks. It just depends on who's like, working on it, I guess. The Street Fighter 2 music is obviously classic, so it's really hard to screw that up. And whoever converted it to the PC Engine sound chip did a really good job. So yeah, all things considered. And then this is another one that's also very affordable these days. Again, you can probably pick it up for like 10 to 20 bucks, which is a great deal on it. But it is Street Fighter 2 Dash Champion Edition on the PC Engine. Great port of this game. Fantastic. Again, comparable to the Mega Drive and SNES, so that's really cool. And I got a couple of shooters here because what's a PC Engine pickups video without some shoot 'em ups? First up, great game. Reviewed this like way back in the day, like 10 years ago or something. I picked it up, played it, immediately loved it. It is Final Soldier. And this is the second game in the Soldier series, and I believe the only one that was not released outside of Japan. So before this was Super Star Soldier, and after this is Soldier Blade. Both of those got released outside of Japan. They got a release on the TurboGrafx. Final Soldier, however, did not. I believe this one, if I'm not mistaken, this one is developed by Hudson Soft as well as being published by Hudson Soft, whereas the other two were published by Kaneko and someone else. I can't remember. Yeah, this one developed by Hudson Soft, and it's really, really good. Like, the controls are super smooth. Just a very simple, straightforward, top-down shoot 'em up. You have a variety of weapons you can pick up with power-ups, and you can strengthen your attack, obviously. You can pick up little options to follow your ship around and provide you with some extra firepower, and they also double as your super bombs, I believe. And you can also get missiles as well. And aside from that, just a really great, solid playing shoot 'em up. Great graphics, really, really good soundtrack. Love the soundtrack on this one. Not a whole lot else to say, really. If you're looking for just like a solid and fairly affordable shoot 'em up for the PC Engine, because some PC Engine shooters can get a little pricey. I find that for any of the old school consoles, PC Engine, Mega Drive, and up to the Saturn, the shoot 'em ups are typically in high demand and usually demand high prices. This one, Final Soldier and Super Star Soldier, are both games that you can pick up for under 30 bucks, maybe closer to 20 actually, which I think it's totally worth. If you're a shoot 'em up fan, especially if you enjoyed the other two Soldier games, and you've never played Final Soldier, it's one you're definitely gonna want to play. How many times can he say definitely? He can say it a million times because it's Final Soldier, and it's definitely awesome. And the last one here, this is a classic. This did get released on the TurboGrafx 16 as Blazing Lasers, but here in Japan, it is known as Gunhead. And I believe it's tied in with the movie because there's also a Japanese movie called Gunhead, although I've never seen it, but I believe there's like a mech in it or something. But this is an amazing game. If you've already played it as Blazing Lasers, you already know how awesome it is. I believe this was actually developed by Compile and published by Hudson Soft. And if you know anything about Compile, you know their shooters are awesome. They made all those really great Alesta shooters. So if you like stuff like Musha or Super Alesta, which I think is called Space Megaforce on the SNES. You know how great their shooters are. This one, no exception. Very similar to a lot of their other like Alesta style games. Most compile shooters are very similar. It's just they're so well made. Like, who cares? You can carry over like the power-ups and things like that. But basically the gameplay, it's similar to the Soldier games, as it's a top-down shoot 'em up. Very fast-paced, super smooth controls, lots of cool power-ups, including this like big laser thing that the more you power it up, just the more of the screen it covers. So there's like giant lasers, and there's like super bombs, and there's missiles, all kinds of stuff like that. So the gameplay is really solid, and the graphics again are very good. The soundtrack again is very good. And this is just another one where it's like there's not a whole lot to say about it. It's just really, really good. So again, if you've played other compile shooters, especially if you like stuff like Space Megaforce, because this has a lot in common with that. Space Megaforce, some of the power-ups and weapons are taken like specifically from this game, like they're the exact same weapons. So gunhead or blazing lasers, whichever the case may be. If you're a shoot 'em up fan, this is one I think it's like a must play. And as far as price goes, I'm not too terribly familiar with like TurboGrafx pricing, but I do believe Gunhead is a more affordable game than Blazing Lasers. If you decide to start collecting for the PC Engine, that's something you'll probably find, is that PC Engine games by and large are more affordable than TurboGrafx games, and there are a lot more of them. So yeah, if I had to recommend, do you collect games for the TurboGrafx or the PC Engine, I'm always going to say go with the PC Engine, because there's more games and they're usually more affordable. But anyway, amazing shooter here. Gunhead, just absolutely fantastic. If you can find it, play it. To me, this is like an essential game for any PC Engine collection. And that's it. Half a dozen PC Engine games, really great games. For the most part, very affordable games as well. So again, if you're going to start a PC Engine collection, these are some of the ones that you might want to consider adding to your collection, like right off the bat, because they're great, essential for any collection in some cases, and fairly affordable as well. And so there you go. A bit of PC Engine goodness today. Like I said, a lot of this stuff heading out in the mail pretty soon, but while I have it in my possession, I get a bit of enjoyment out of them. And it reminds me why I kind of fell in love with PC Engine collecting to begin with, because the games are awesome, absolutely awesome. Anyway, as my voice starts to give out on me, I think I need more coffee. The energy is starting to fade, and the power of coffee has come to save me. Made all the more potent because it's in my Bubble Bobble mug. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you have anything to say about any of these games, please let me know down in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. Or if you're a PC Engine collector, a TurboGrafx collector, what are some of your favorite games on the console? I'd like to know as well. PC Engine is just, again, one of those consoles where there are a ton of games on it. There are so many great games available for it. And the prices, while not always like the best, there are some PC Engine games, believe me, that demand prices that are just astronomical. But a lot of them, like this, not too terribly expensive, and they're just great additions to any PC Engine collection. I feel like I'm repeating myself now. Am I repeating myself? I hate doing that. So I'm going to cut it off there. So thanks everybody for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you enjoyed seeing some cool games. And I will see you on the next edition of More Games. Take care. See you then. Goodbye.